Okay, you guys, the question was, how do we bring our website together? So this is what I'm going to show you. First of all, you always, when you open up Dreamweaver, you always hit refresh. So all of a sudden you can see that my Finelli portfolio is right there. I'm going to drop it down and it should have a couple of pages already there, but let's just pretend I don't have any. And what you'll go is you'll go to Dreamweaver and you'll say File New. Once you get this box, you'll just hit Create. And then you'll get a white box that looks just exactly like this, which is a page. But before you add any images to this, you want to save it to your portfolio folder. So I'm going to choose File, Save As, and I'm going to save this as Index, and it will automatically have the HTML on it. Okay, there we go. So I'm just going to go to Index, and then it's going to try and go to Documents. I don't want it to go there. Now, if your page looks like this, all you have to do is just click on this arrow to open it up, go to Desktop or wherever your file is, go to Finelli Portfolio 1 or whatever the name of your portfolio is, and hit Save. Now the page is saved in that spot. But you can notice that the cursor, see how the cursor is hanging off over the side. So we're going to fix that right away. So we're going to go to Code. And then right there where it says Body, and then close body, you're going to write one piece of code, and that is that little bracket, and you're going to type the word center. Now, I put 3 X's here, X, 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 so that you know that when you go back to design, you'll see that that's where your picture is going to be centered for each page of your project. So you're going to highlight those X's and hit delete, and your cursor should stay there. Now, you're going to go to Insert, Image, and now you're going to be in the right folder where you need to go. So my first page is called Index, or I think, let's see, where is it? Oh, okay. It's going to be called Luca, but it's Index. And then here is my home page. It should pop right in like that. Perfect. So now I'll just go to File, Save, and save that page. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the image and I'm going to delete it. My cursor is still there. I'm going to go to Insert, Image, and then I'm going to find my next page, which in this case would be History, and click Open. And there's my History page. And from here, I'm going to say File, Save As, History. And then I'm going to save it again to the portfolio and save. Well, I actually have an About page. I have a designer page, and I have an events page. So you can see that all these pages are here now, and all I did each time was to select the picture, delete it, make sure it's centered, put the next picture in, and then name it as that name. Now, about linking. All your pages should be saved here. If you don't see them, you're going to go up to this drop-down menu. Oops, let's just move it over a little bit so you guys can see it. Go to the drop-down menu and choose Refresh. So anything that doesn't fall in your file, you can refresh. So the first page is Index, and you've got to figure out where you want this page to go. So we need to create hotspots on this image. So you're going to go to Window, and you're going to go to Properties. And the Properties panel is going to show up like this. Now, this right here, you see HTML and you see CSS, right? Well, I want you to click on your image until you see the image on the Properties panel, and then you can click on the rectangular hotspot. So I'm going to click here, and the only link that I want on my index page is Enter. So I'm going to come over here like that, and then what happens is this changes to hotspot, and it says link. Now, all I have to do is grab this little pointer and figure out which page I want my home page to go to. Well, I want it to go to my history page. So I'm going to point and shoot to history. Now, all of the pages are designated by that bracket and the slash in the bracket, and all the pictures are designated by these pictures. Okay? All right, well, that page is done. I'll just close it. I'll save the changes, and now I'm going to be on the history page that I just added a picture to. So now what I want to do is I want to link this. I want to link this to stamp. I want to link this. Let's see. Where is her stamp here? I don't see it, but I do see her flag. So again, I'm going to click on the picture until I see that picture thing. Now, this is the second page. So on every extra page, you have to link all of these guys. So I'm going to get my hotspot. This is going to be highlighted. I'm going to take the point and shoot, and I'm going to go to index.html. Then I'm going to highlight the about, and I'm going to take this curly Q, and I'm going to go to about.html. Then I'm going to take this guy. I'm going to hotspot that, point and shoot to events.html, and meet the designer. I'm going to highlight this and point and shoot to my designer.html. So all of the navigation bar goes to pages, and all of these things go to pictures. So if I want to show you a bigger picture of my flag, all I have to do is put a hotspot around the flag and do the same thing, only this time I'm pointing to the actual JPEG picture right there. Okay, here's her currency. So let's see if I can move this over just a little bit. And I'm just going to hotspot this. And this is the currency front. So I'm just going to take this and go to currency front. And then this guy would be her back of her currency. So I just take this, point and shoot to currency back, and so forth. I don't see her stamp here. Oh, there it is. So I'm going to select her stamp, and I'm going to point and shoot to her stamp. All of these are pointing to JPEGs. All of these are pointing to HTML. Now, because I'm on the history page, I don't have to link the history. But if I wanted to, all I have to do is go to history, point and shoot to history.html. It won't go anywhere, but it's good. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and save this, save. And then these have already been done. So this was linked to her poster. This was linked to her bumper sticker. This was linked to her billboard. And then all of these guys were linked to HTML pages. Do you see? Okay, and then the same with the designer. Click here to view my commercial. And what she did is she linked to an MOV file, but you will be linking to your MP4 file. And here we go. So let's go ahead and close all these. And let's try the website out. So anything that we didn't save, we're going to go here. And the way to check is to come over to your portfolio, and you're going to always click on your index.html. That starts you off. So once this thing shows, right here, I'm going to go to enter. It brings me to my history page. If I click here, it makes a nice big picture. Here, the same thing. Isn't that a beautiful stamp? I love that stamp. Here's her money. And then all of these things are all linked together. So you can see that. Meet the designer. Here she is. Click to view my commercial. Her commercial would normally show as an MP4. Here's the events. This is her big poster. Here is her billboard, and so forth. So hopefully that will help you along your journey. And I know you guys can do this. I will come, oops, yikes. Oh, of course, that link didn't work. Quit downloading. There we go. And so, you guys, the one major thing is make sure everything is in the folder that you are going to work with, and that you follow this tutorial to see you through. Okay? So, good luck. Check and see. Maybe there's some professors that are there on Monday or Tuesday. Wednesday, I'm going to try to get there between 4 and 4:15. So any last minute fixes that you need, come in early and I will help you. But at 5 o'clock, all the computers are off and we are ready to present. All right, you guys, good luck.